A city stops to watch a shadow in a glass. No speeches, no smoke machines, just a dark, stubborn clump that, if today is like so many before, will suddenly flow like a river. Naples calls it the prodigy of San Gennaro. Outsiders call it a puzzle. Either way, when that quiet change happens, streets erupt, bells crash, and strangers hug like family. What exactly are they waiting to see, and why does it matter this much? First comes the hush. A reliquary of silver and glass rises above 1,000 lifted chins. Priests pray, grandmothers whisper, phones inch up, then sink back down, because nobody wants to miss the instant. Inside, the substance looks like old wine gone to sleep, thick and still. People study the rim more closely than a sunrise. Then the signal, motion along the edge, a soft swirl chasing the curve. A successo. The word runs faster than a rumor, and relief floods the room. Januarius was a bishop when being a Christian leader could cost you your life. When the summons came, he chose presence over flight, a calm that feels almost stubborn. Friends were drawn into the storm with him. The details blur across centuries. The essentials don't. He belonged to his people. He faced power without theater. And when the blade fell, believers said heaven was closer than fear. Relics travel like stories, hand to hand, century to century. Naples keeps 2 sealed ampoules, said to hold the bishop's blood, and a tale of their journey into the cathedral's heart. Written notes arrive long after his lifetime, but once they arrive, the ceremony grows steady and public. 3 times a year, May, September, December, the city measures time by a change nobody can schedule. Processions, suspense, a verdict carried through streets like breaking news. Could there be a natural mechanism? Rumors suggest a simple recipe. Some chemists talk thixotropic gels, solids that loosen with gentle movement or warmth. Reports claim iron-rich compounds might behave this way. It's said tilting the reliquary or carrying it longer sometimes speeds the change. Yet the contents are sealed. The relic isn't opened for tests. The church permits devotion, avoids a lab verdict. Critics want proof. Devotees protect a trust. The tension remains, and that's part of why the crowd keeps coming back. Some years the transformation comes late. Some people say, it doesn't come. Anxiety rises. Whispers link delay to trouble, epidemics, unrest, the mountain brooding over the bay. Are those one-to-one connections? History rarely signs its work that neatly, so the city prays, not because a delay proves disaster, but because praying together strengthens them if hardship comes. That might be the deeper miracle, separate lives learning one voice. Enter the chapel of the treasury and the room goes quiet. A silver bust watches over jewels and votive gifts, a centuries-long thank you written in metal and light. It's said a lay deputation helps govern this patrimony. That detail matters. San Gennaro is more than church devotion. He is Naples in miniature, pious and streetwise, ornate yet practical, fiercely protective of its own. When the reliquary lifts, it isn't high art on parade. It's the city's memory asking for the same grace their grandparents begged for. Say it's a clever gel. Would the chapel empty? Not for those who meet God when they ask. Say it's a prodigy beyond chemistry. Would skeptics fall silent? Probably not. Naples lives in that space where viscosity can be measured, and gratitude can be measured too, by the volume of singing in the streets. Nobody sells miracle water. No one promises a scheduled cure. The city gathers for a public reminder. Hearts that feel frozen can warm. Communities that feel brittle can move together. Rare. Necessary. Because each person brings something they want changed. A grief lodged like a stone. A worry that won't dissolve. A future set in concrete. To watch the dark mass loosen into a living swirl is to borrow courage from a city that refuses to stop hoping. The vial moves, and so do they. And if it lingers, they pray harder and walk home softer, as if the delay itself were a lesson in patience. Maybe that's the secret. Ask, wait, watch, give thanks. If a little glass can hold centuries of hope, your room can hold a minute of it too. What in you needs to melt, Fear, anger, old regret? Tell me below, and I'll pray with you.